So we got to see the scene from The Incredibles 2 where Jack Jack was using his powers, and got really excited for The Incredibles 2, and I didn't think that was possible because I was already really excited about it. The most important thing that we saw was in Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. We saw this scene where all the Disney princesses were interacting, and I'm not just talking like a small scene, this was like a 15-minute scene, and Penelope was there, and she's like basically a Disney princess, and this is the first time we've ever seen the official Disney princesses interact. This was crazy. C-3PO was like their butler because he has like working with princess experience. We got to see this really funny bit where Merida, because she's from another studio, they like couldn't understand what she's saying, she had like a real Scottish accent. It was great. The other thing we saw was this stuff of, it was like planes, but it was in space, and it got me really excited, and I didn't think I could be excited for any of the Autumnville Pixar films. We also saw this thing for a Pixar film which was like a fantasy world. This probably won't be coming out for like 4 or 5 years. There was this whole like modern fantasy world, and it got me very excited because I always thought Pixar should be making stuff kind of like Ghibli, and this was the closest thing I'd ever seen. It was very, very cool! We saw the trailer for the Mary Poppins film, and they actually brought on the Disney orchestra to play the music in the background, and they really cemented the idea that it is not a remake, it is a sequel. This is Mary Poppins Returns, so you don't have to worry about any of this like, it's gonna replace Mary Poppins, how could they replace Mary Poppins? Not a problem, it's a sequel, it looks amazing, it looks like it's paying perfect respect to the old Mary Poppins, it looks so good, the whole thing had me literally in floods of tears. The next thing that we saw was the Nutcracker, which actually looks quite exciting. I didn't think I'd be interested in it, and I was like, whatever, but it got me intrigued. And then we got Wrinkle in Time, a book I absolutely adore, and there's a terrible film of it, so it's going to be really nice to see Disney do something good with it. It had Oprah, and it has Reese Witherspoon, and it has Mindy Kaling, and I love Oprah, and when Reese Witherspoon came on stage, I was like literally sobbing because I absolutely adore Reese Witherspoon. She's like one of my absolute idols, I adore her so much. Then they had like the entire Star Wars cast come out, and they showed us this behind the scenes thing. They didn't have any footage though, I was super upset, and they didn't bring Kylo Ren out, I was really sad. But Daisy Ridley was there, which is great because I love Daisy Ridley. And I also love John Boyega, he was there too, I love John Boyega. Okay, what else? You can actually see that thing, they uploaded it on YouTube, you can see the behind the scenes stuff, and there are some little scenes, if you really want to get some little scenes, some little Star Wars scenes. The most important thing is that they had the Avengers Infinity War trailer, and they brought out pretty much the entire cast of the Avengers, literally, like Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr. were just on stage, and I was like, what? So, okay, let me go through the Infinity War trailer. So, if you don't want spoilers, if you're not into it, get away right now. So, the most important thing is that I think the beginning of the Infinity War trailer is actually going to be the post-credit scene of Thor Ragnarok. Thor was like floating through space, he was passed out, and the Guardians of the Galaxy bumped their ship into him, and Baby Groot was not Baby Groot anymore, he was like a teenager. So they bump into Thor, oh my god, and they bring Thor on board their Guardians of the Galaxy ship. It was crazy. And then Mantis like wakes him up, and it's like, bam! They're like interacting, and then we got all these scenes where Thanos was literally like throwing planets at people, and there's a scene where he was like talking, and he was making scary Thanos stuff, and Gamora like turns around because obviously it's her dad, like how's she gonna be feeling about that? She just Thanos' voice, I was getting really emotional, she turns around, she's terrified. We see a lot of scenes with Tony Stark interacting with Star-Lord. The most important thing is we saw Tom Holland, we saw Spider-Man's spy sense, he went up and he was like, oh no, but then we saw Tom Holland, he was like injured, Spider-Man was like injured. If you've ever read Civil War, there's the scene where Captain America's like carrying and like dying Spider-Man out of the ashes, but this was like Spider-Man, he was injured and he was like, I'm sorry Tony, I'm sorry, and Tony was like cradling him, and he got me really stressed out. I really hope Spider-Man is gonna be okay. Oh, and also Spider-Man had a new suit! He had a new suit! Oh, and blah. Obviously Captain America was there, and Captain America had a beard. That's the most important thing. The most important thing I took from the trailer, Captain America had a stubbly beard. And that's about all I can remember. I reckon Kate Blanchett, who's in Thor Ragnarok, because they're calling her the Goddess of Death, she's gonna be Lady Death. That's who Thanos is trying to quote. If you're into the whole Marvel Universe stuff, you might know that.